said anything for so long. And it's built up. It's been 20 years of going through my mind. Like, this has happened, that's happened, this was stopped. Mentally, like, draining.
For a victim of sexual assault by a high-profile predator, everything changes when they come forward. They're no longer known for their own work, their own accomplishments, their own hopes and dreams. They're just known in the media as the woman who accuses this guy. And particularly, I think, in the music industry, there's a lot of retribution. Who thinks that they can fight somebody with that kind of wealth, power? I think each person has to make the calculation in her own mind. Is it worth coming forward? And everybody said, heck no, it's not worth it. I'm not doing this.
I'm at Puffy on College campus. I only got back in touch with him years after when he was starting this production team called the Hitmen. It was told to the staff that Puff was throwing a party at the Hamptons.
To a new neighborhood and they were like, well, what's this guy doing moving here in East Hamptons? And I said, everybody, come on over to the house so y'all get to know me. Let me invite some of my friends from Harlem, from 145th Street.
I had absolutely no idea what the Hamptons was about. We finally get out there and I get to see Puffy's house for the first time. He has a white mansion, a white glass, spoon bag. And I'm like, wow. His wife, she got money, so that was different.
Just enjoy life. This is a celebration of life. This is legendary life. This is the real white problem. Let's just start to get out the room on a little bit. They're like, oh, the kids are ready. Like, DJ, let's do it.
Everybody from the music industry, film industry, movie execs, music execs who lived out there, they were invited as well. I remember meeting Donald Trump at a party. It was crazy.
I didn't see anything inappropriate when I was at these after parties.
There was some drug use at these parties.
I'm not going to say I saw a lot of it. It could have been in another part of the sections or the rooms. What I saw was weed, you know what I mean?
Why wouldn't it be? People smoking weed, people popping things.
I went to a lot of coffee parties in the 90s.
15 minutes, the kids have to go.
These were the parties that you needed exclusive access to get into. But these weren't the parties that people talk about now. The after party was something that I felt that maybe there were orgies happening.
An after party is something that's common in the music industry. People have after parties. But here's the thing. Everybody tend to say, all of a sudden, because it's a white party, it's a freak off. Like, come on now. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know what a freak off was until I read the allegations.
I think I made my point clear. My kids downstairs. It's a responsible parent gonna be with you.
People, when they think of sex trafficking, they think of a woman being dragged across state lines for sexual purposes against her will. But in fact, the TVPA, the Trafficking Victims Protection Act, talks about people being enticed, recruited, or tricked into sexual behavior or attempted sexual behavior for commercial purposes. It includes people in a workplace being coerced into sexual behavior in order to keep getting their paycheck.
There ain't a dating party that didn't turn into a freak off. One of the first things started getting close with these guys. He gave me some bad boy gear. He told me, yo, this is blood. He got out. Got out. I mean, yeah. You know that situation, you kind of feel forces down. For months of working with Sean Combs, he started sending me on these missions to do things that were way outside. You know, we'll pull up to the club around my house. They got karaoke night. Yeah, me and the bad boy get and go push the girls coming back to the house. I don't know what the intention is. Anytime for the studio or any range is red. It's red because you feel like the frequency is fucking making it wrong to say. You know, for two of the girls on this side, one to the upper left. And he broke down left to his right. And it didn't come out until the whole other 24 hours. That's why they were under 80.
Now, hypothetically, what if some of this stuff is true? How will we reconcile the person that you for someone who's important? I mean, if it's true, then I mean, highly disagree. So I've always been asked the question why, and I don't know the answer to why, but I truly believe it all goes back to childhood. So here's the deal: because Sean had no dad, all he had was his mom. Sean's house, our house, there was always things going on. On the weekend, we partied in the house, and we did that. He was around all type of alcohol. He was around reefer smoke. He was around drug addicts, around lesbians, around homosexuals. He was around pimps and pushers. That was just who was in our house. People that attended the parties were from Harlem, from the streets. I wasn't at the Janice Combs party. Some things I heard. She had like little chicks that would come around, and, you know, she made sure everybody was comfortable. At night, it wouldn't be a thing to mistakenly walk into one of the bedrooms and you got a couple in there butt naked. That's what we were privy to. This is what we were fed. Was it desensitizing us? I'm sure it was. Were we aware of it? No. That was just Saturday night.
If you grow up in a very sexualized environment, that's going to shape their sexual template in terms of what are appropriate boundaries, what's acceptable. And when you have a lot of unresolved trauma, the trauma doesn't go away just because you have all that access to wealth and power and no guardrails. The trauma is there and it's still unresolved. And you just have more resources to do more damage with.
I wanted to make sure we don't see it.
I would just like to have some privacy because I'm becoming incredibly clumsy. I don't trust anyone. I've just been in isolation for 6 years because I'm afraid that they might come get me for speaking.
I sexual assault in civil court. I have been sounding the alarm about Mr. Combs for years.
When they think about my album more than to think about dancing and making love.
My most recent client has alleged that she was brutally gang raped by Diddy and his friends. What's in front of me right now is the complaint that I filed in California federal court in the Northern District. We had several defendants listed. Of course, we have Diddy because he's the mastermind, he's the orchestrator. None of this happens without him. Then we had his right-hand woman, that's Christina Coram.
Everybody calls it KK, but she's really cheapest guy. She's called an outfit.
And then there was another individual, his name was Shane Pierce. We've come to find him to be like a scouter, if you will. He scouts potential victims to bring to Diddy. This starts out in February 2018. Ashley is at a bar, and they begin to hang out. And Shane gets Diddy on the phone. This is a FaceTime call, so he's showing everybody Diddy on FaceTime. And as you can imagine, everybody's pretty excited.
What happened after that?
He contacted me and we hung out a few times.
On March 23rd, my client was invited by Shane Pierce to his home. So she went to the home.
He went into the kitchen and got me a glass of water because I was thirsty. I had drank a couple sips of the water and I was feeling kind of weird. I was feeling wobbly, a little confused. I was kind of just questioning why my brain wasn't as sharp as normal.
Approximately 10 minutes after, Diddy entered the home in a grand, ready-to-party manner. Along with Diddy was his bodyguard, a woman identified as Christina Coram, and another person who we believe was friends with Shane. Shane personally addressed Ashley, and then Diddy removed the remainder of the clothing. Diddy retrieved a bottle of liquid from a large fanny pack. Ashley soon realized that the substance was oil/lubricant.
Sean Combs had a knife and had it inside my mouth. He said he was going to give me a cut in my cheeks and give me a Glasgow smile. Christina Coram told him that his clientele, they would prefer it if I looked normal. At one point, Sean Combs, he picked up a TV remote and raped me vaginally with that object violently.
Then it says Diddy is sitting not too far from the bed. Then she said he has his phone and he's sticking his hand and is recording and jagging off at the same time. This is his kink. This is the thing that gets him off. It's like trophies.
They said they could ship me off and sell me to anyone in the world, and that I would never be seen again by my parents or my loved ones, and they were taking me that night. I just uncontrollably was sobbing. I was in a catatonic state once they started